being agreeable won't get you far in life. I've learned this the hard way, okay? So, being agreeable as a person, it's not gonna get you far. Being agreeable overall in life will not get you far at all. So, you should be disagreeable. And why I think that is because it's for your own good and for the good of your family. Being agreeable, and if you're an agreeable person, it won't make you successful. If I had the same opinions as, for example, my classmates or as my teachers at school, or if I had the same opinion on things as many and various different people, and if I agreed with their opinions and with the things that they say, I wouldn't get far in life. So being disagreeable and following your dreams and pushing through is the only way. That's what I'm starting to learn lately. Being an agreeable man is just the same as being as a child, okay? Like, if you agree with your parents as a man, you should start disagreeing, okay? Because your parents probably don't have the amount of education that you might be having, that you might have. They might not be that much educated as you are. They might not be as much ambitious as you are. And might not know things that you, as a young person, might know. So, I have become disagreeable. Because I just don't believe that agreeing with people, with my friends sometimes, or even with my parents, or with my family members, it just makes no sense to me, you know? Like, yeah, I'm probably absolutely weird, and I'm probably crazy right now. But the truth is that being agreeable with them would just make this whole situation in our family. It won't make it better, you know? Like, there are families out there that they have so many houses that they don't even know what to do about them. I don't want to be complaining much, and I don't want to say that it's just wrong to own a house and not have anything with it, but that's just what I think, you know? Like, if you're owning houses, you're just doing it for the profits so that you could have money and so you could make your own business out of it, then, well, you are a ambitious man. I could say that. Like, I think that ambitious men do these kinds of things because they like the profits from it, right? They like to keep all that money for themselves from these houses. And if I'll be able to raise a family with kids and have a loving relationship with my spouse one day, then that's enough for me, you know? I'm not asking for anything else as a human being. Is that too much to ask for? Am I being too ambitious to want like a healthy family with a loving relationship? So no, I don't agree no more. Because if I would agree with people and if I would continue to agree with them, then my life will stay the way it is. I'm not gonna change. My life is not gonna change. My future is not gonna change. And that's what it is, you know? So, if I would be agreeable, then I would do the same thing like my parents, you know? I would go to school, you know? I would get a job that doesn't pay the bills. I would then get a wife that I can raise children with. And I would probably work my entire life to one day buy one house for myself and my family. I'll probably work like how long? 50 years for that. My parents didn't have this house that we are living in currently right now till they were in their 50s, and they paid for it right now when they're in their 50s. This is not a way I want to live, though. I don't know what they were thinking when they were young, but the fact that you're gonna work some low-paid job for your entire life that doesn't make sense, you know? You're gonna pay your bills when you get, how much? 50, 55? Then you're gonna have a house to raise children in it. It doesn't make sense to me, you know? This whole thing doesn't make any sense to me as a man. Maybe I'm just imagining it wrong, but I don't think that this society has changed much from the previous ages, you know? I still think that men should hunt for what they want, because if they're not doing it, then they're gonna not have the house, they're not gonna have the car, so they won't be able to provide for their own family. That to me doesn't make much sense, because this is what the school system here in Czechia is all teaching us. And probably even in America, or in Australia, or in every country. Like, the school system just basically tells us to go to school, be a good kid, have good grades, but are they actually teaching us that maybe I'm just weird, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm too ambitious, but it doesn't seem right to me, Like, I probably disagree with the majority of people. I've wrote this, I am a person who likes to exercise, who is disagreeable, because I just don't feel like people who don't exercise. I don't want to say that I hate people who don't exercise, but exercise by itself, you're helping yourself by exercising. You're helping your genes by exercising. Why? Because the more you exercise, the more libido you will have, the stronger you will be as a person, mentally and physically, and you will be able to impregnate one day your woman, If men are not exercising these days and going to the bloody gym, hitting the gym, and providing for their own families, and getting out there and hunting things and hunting these resources, then how are we gonna go about this? Like, yeah, the society has changed. This modern society is now different. It is extremely different, and also much more, I don't want to say toxic, but it's much more difficult to meet like a great people out there right now. I think that know what they want, that are going after what they want, that are respected for that. If I agreed with every single teacher, I wouldn't get far in life. Like, my family is already suffering, and I know it. I can't let that continue, This family that I am in is suffering. Why? My parents are sick. That's a fact. My parents are sick. So, my mother probably has some disease that I don't even know about because she doesn't even want to tell me. My father has overeating problems, so he's overweight. He has poor health, low libido, low sex drive. To me, it doesn't make sense, It doesn't make sense to me to just be a good kid, go to school, have good grades, then get a job that doesn't pay the bills. No. I'm not doing that. Like, I disagree. And now I'm looking into you throughout my video right now. And I'm talking to you. Because you, as a young person, as a young man, you need to realize that if you want to, for example, make your family live better, if you want yourself to live better, because if I would be agreeable, let's say I would be agreeable, okay, and let's say I would agree with the school system, and that I would agree with the things that my parents say and my teachers at school say, okay? The thing that would happen is just the fact that I would go through the whole education system, school system, so I would go through it, then I would probably get a job that I don't even like myself, so I would hate working there. And third is the fact that I would just waste a lot of my young years doing this by just going to school, learning a bunch of this nonsense stuff. Doesn't make sense. I'm really sad, because it is not right. It's not. Like, schools are here to just make people something so that they can work, they can have some jobs, they can just have something, but how can you knock somebody for actually trying to accomplish their dreams, which is what I'm doing? You can't. The fact that I want my family to live better, the fact that I want myself to provide for my family one day, how can you knock somebody for actually trying to do this stuff? Aren't men supposed to do this? Like, aren't men supposed to hunt, provide, get the resources, and then get a wife and settle down? If I don't make any business, if I don't start any business, and if I don't make my own money myself, then I'll still be poor. I'll still continue to have nothing. Oh, It's not how I want to live, I'm a man and I need to hunt. I need to provide if I want to, like, just be a useful man, Who do I think is a useful man? A useful man, in my opinion, is someone that does something really great for this society, that he gets paid from it. He's maybe an entrepreneur, or he is a high-paid lawyer, or he is maybe the most educated doctor, and he saves hundreds of lives of people, or maybe he's a successful football player, so he entertains millions, probably billions, well, millions of people on earth. Those are high value men. Those are men that are worth pursuing. So if you are a woman, then finding a man that supports his family financially, that is doing his best to work every day so that his family would have something to eat, and a man that would do everything to provide for kids and yourself as a woman, is a man that is worth pursuing for you as a woman. That's just what I think. A man that cares about his family. I know that my parents aren't perfect. I'm not perfect myself, I know it. But I would die trying, supporting this family financially, and one day my future family. I would die trying, doing this, rather than being agreeable. So start disagreeing as a man. If you want to win, if you want to accomplish something, anything, if you want to do something that is really great for this society as a whole, start disagreeing and start working. Because otherwise, you won't get far as a man. How am I working on my family? Well, I've talked about this. Painting walls, painting radiators in this house, going to a part-time job so I could have some money for this family, That's what I'm doing. Then I could say getting myself a driving license. My mother, for example, she doesn't even have a driving license. So when she's somewhere in the city, I can now pick her up, sit in the car, pick her up, and that's it. She can't do that because she doesn't even have the driving license. To me, that's, I don't know, honestly, it just seems ridiculous that someone just doesn't have a driving license, but whatever. And then I'm just supporting my family by doing the housework, cleaning the floors, cleaning the house with them, painting doors, let's say. Here is a door into our garden, so I've painted that as well. So this is how I'm supporting my family, And if you're a man, you should do the same. Or you should do something similar, Start working, You are a human being. And if you want to accomplish anything great, you want to do something and be great, and if you want to get your family to be in a better position, maybe financially, with health as well, and with the amount of resources that you as a family has, it's no one else's responsibility. If you're a young man and your parents weren't able to do that, then it's up to you. It's up to not anyone else. Stop oversharing your life. Stop oversharing what you're doing as a person, and start working. Get to work. No one's gonna save you. Truth is, no one's gonna save me in this life. You know, no school, no teacher, no parents. Now they're feeding me, yeah, but they won't save me. Like, one day they're gonna pass away, and I'll have to be able to work on my own and take care of my own self. Financially, with my own health, physically, mentally. You know, if I'm not doing this, then, you know, if I wouldn't be doing this by myself, then I won't get far in life. You know, I won't achieve great things. So, if you're a man, like, start. If you're a young man, like, the best advice I can give you is to just get to work. You know, no one's gonna save you, no one's gonna take care of you. Like, you're alone. And the sooner you accept that, if you're in a shitty position and you don't like it, like, the sooner you accept that, the faster you'll be able to progress and accomplish your goals, maybe. Because you live just once. And if you're not accomplishing and constantly working on your goals, then you won't achieve them. So I recommend you to start working on them. So you have to choose wisely. Peace, guys.